Hey folks, and welcome back to Glenn and Adrian's Rock Talk. That's Adrian.
And that's Glenn.
And today we're going to finish up this amazing show that The Warning put on in Lima, Peru on December 7, 2022. The very last show of 2022 for them. So far, it's been just an amazing experience to watch this thing. They have 3 cameras, 2 of them apparently on stabilizers, and people running around in that little area between the crowd, where the barrier is, and then the actual stage, which can't be more than about 4 feet wide. And we can tell that they must have their running shoes on because sometimes they show up all the way over on the other side of the stage almost instantly after a short cut to another camera. We had noticed previously that Pau wasn't getting featured much, but that seemed to change with the last song we looked at, Martirio. We think there may have been a conversation after Disciple where Pau is heavily featured, but not in the video. So somebody might have said, hey, I think she's singing back there. We should really feature her more. So they did. Hopefully that continues now with Narcisista, which is the first song we're going to look at today. Of course, Pau is the lead vocalist on this one. We're also looking at Evolve afterwards. So that will wrap this show and this year for them. And again, it's just been really, really cool to watch this. They are obviously having a good night and very energetic, very entertaining. The crowd is completely 100% into it and on their side. And it's a wonder to behold. So, Adrian, anything you want to mention about this show up until now?
It's just an awesome show, and I've enjoyed what I've seen before on this show. So I'm looking forward to seeing these other 2 songs.
Yeah, me too. It's almost a shame it has to end in a way.
It is, yeah.
So, but it's been great, and so it's good to have in there. We will have a playlist for it, by the way, in case you're wondering, so you'll be able to watch the whole thing. Okay, well, why don't we just dive in? Let's check out Narcisista. We'll discuss in the middle and then move on to Evolve. Okay?
Okay.
All right, let's go in. Let's check it out.
Nos despedimos con esta canción llamada Narcisista. Esta es la última vez que vamos a cantar esta canción en este año. ¡Los quiero escuchar! Sin Narcisista. Muchas gracias.
Okay, so what do you think, Adrian?
Oh, I got stuck in my head. That beginning guitar riff is simple but quite profound. It tells you what's in store.
Yeah. Oh, that's F sharp, by the way. That the song is in. Yeah, I'm so glad the camera people found Pow. And they featured her a lot more here. This was the most she's been featured. There were still some questionable editing choices, though. I don't know why. I mean, maybe somebody tripped. Sometimes you just have to switch the camera because something happened. Like he's there and then, whoa, trips on his shoelace or something or hits a fan, accidentally, or security, or who knows, anything can happen. And Danny, she's doing her solo and stuff and running around, and somehow they missed a lot of that. And I'm like, well, okay. I am still very happy that they were there and that they captured this. We're still getting some pretty nice footage. Great performance, as usual. And crowd sounded totally into it, as usual.
Just a colossal amount of enthusiasm with which they play.
Yeah, they leave it all out there.
It's one of the things that charms the hell out of us.
Yeah, I love it when they put so much energy out there,
Yeah.
A triumph, for sure, I would say that one was. So let's go ahead and see what's happening now. I wonder if they're going to leave the stage temporarily. Pau looks like she's getting up. We'll see what happens. We've got about 6 minutes left, so we'll get a song in. We'll probably get the bow, and that sort of thing. But let's just see what happens. Okay,
right.
So let's check out Evolve now.
All right.
Ultra, that means another.
Oh. I thought they were saying warning. I don't know if I did my hearing aids.
Sometimes they do say warning, but this time it's ultra.
Lima, ¿quieren una canción más? Okay. Me parece. Una canción antes de irnos. Lima, muchas gracias. A ver si saben cuál es.
Okay, there's a minute and a half left. We're just going to let it run.
Okay. Dr. Seuss.
Maybe she was gifted that just before the show.
Pau's got a bunch of drumsticks in her hand.
She's going to throw them out into the crowd.
That's what I thought.
Some nice artwork.
Yeah.
Danny just threw the Simi, Dr. Simi.
Oh, gee. I couldn't understand what Pau was saying just before the scream, but I know she was preparing the crowd for the howling scream.
Yeah, she generally does that. She says generally the same things, basically to hype up the crowd, Keep it up, I think is one of them. But yeah, generally it's revving things up. She'll mention the name of the city. Okay, Lima, or, whatever. I mean, and it works. I was impressed that they got some of her scream on there. I was kind of figuring they probably weren't going to get the whole thing just based on how the camera work had been, or how the editing was. But they did get a fair amount of it, and Pau did get a lot more camera time. So I'm thankful for that. Both these songs, actually, she was pretty well featured, so that's good. Yeah, so overall, fantastic show, I thought. I mean, what a killer show. Yeah, what were your impressions, Adrian?
Oh, same thing. I mean, it was a great show. Just the whole show, really. I can't think of a bad thing about the show.
Yeah, fantastic. Why don't you folks let us know what you thought of these two songs, but also the entire thing, if you've been along with us for the ride. And if you haven't, I am going to put a playlist together in about a day or so after this drops. So look for that if you want to see everything that was involved in this show. If you have other suggestions for us, please leave those below. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And if you enjoyed our presentation, please subscribe. Don't forget, we have a second channel, Modern Rock Talk, where we're putting interview reactions and reviews. I do have an interview over there that they did in Lima just a day or so before this show. So if you're interested in that, go check it out. I might even put it in the cards here. And in the meantime, thanks so much for joining us today. And we'll catch you on the next one, all right? Take care, folks.
See you all later.